Welcome to this week's Illinois Wesleyan Titan Coaches Show. I'm Eric Stock, joined by the head men's basketball coach, Ron Rose, whose team is headed to the NCAA tournament this weekend, first time since 2015. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Eric. We were a little bit on pins and needles on Monday, but excited to have the opportunity.
I was wondering how well you slept Friday and Saturday nights and Sunday nights, knowing that it was out of yours and your team's hands.
Yeah, you know, it's always a tough spot to be in when you're on the bubble. And from the word that I was receiving, I thought we had an awfully good chance. I think we have a good resume, winning 19 games, strong strength of schedule. But until you see your name up on the board and in the brackets, you know, there's some uncertainty, certainly.
Well, so you brought the team together for a meeting as they were announcing the selections. Were you a little nervous about that?
Yeah, we did. We talked about it as a staff and tried to figure out, do you do that or not? You know, it's you don't want to be, you see that on TV all the time, the team that's sitting there and his name is not called, and the disappointment that team. But, you know, I just made the decision, you know, if you're in, you want to experience it as a group. It's such a cool opportunity, and seeing the excitement. And if you're not in, then you're gonna, you know, you can still experience that as a group. And I really like my team this year. It's a great group of young men, and so we rolled the dice a little bit, but said whatever, in or out, we're going to do it together.
How do you feel the team responded to learning about the invite?
Oh, they were excited. They were fired up. That was, you know, because you don't know. And so, you know, we didn't do anything Saturday, Sunday, waited to find out if we got to practice Monday. And, you know, I think there's a little added appreciation for putting on that practice jersey. There's a little added appreciation in terms of knowing that you get to be at practice and play another week when you go into it not knowing for sure if you're going to get to.
And then, of course, once you do find out, you have to dive headfirst into your next opponent. You have less than 4 days to prepare, plus an entire day of travel factored in, then the potential of two different opponents the following day. So walk us through how you and your staff get ready for that while handling all the logistics.
Well, it's a crazy time. You know, you find out, I think it was around 1 o'clock on Monday, you find out what team you're playing, which happens to be Worcester, the other two teams that are in the pod. And so you've got 3 teams that you have to start looking at and preparing for. Very fortunate to have some outstanding coaches that I work with this year in Andy Etheridge, John Mays, Hayden Herdeman, and Pat Marino. And those guys have done a great job. We kind of assigned a different team to each guy, and they start digging in immediately in terms of figuring out the type of season, the type of team, watching film. And then you have, like you mentioned, all the logistic thing. How are you going to get there, the hotels, the travel party. There's just a lot that goes into it. And so really, you're kind of head spinning that Monday. And I think we're at the point now where we feel like our feet are back on the ground, and you just want to do everything at once. And so you just got to kind of assign things and stay in your lane and get your assignments done.
Now to the opponent, Worcester, a team that you hear every March. They are a perennial NCAA tournament team. They've had tremendous success over the years, and obviously a very good team this year. They too were an at-large bid. Give us a scouting report on them.
Well, it is one of the premier small college programs in the country. I think they've been, someone said, to the NCAA 16 straight times or something like that.
That's a record.
And so obviously a strong program. The coach has been there 31 years. Coach Moore does an incredible job. And they have another good team. You know, they are a program that typically you're going to face upperclassmen, guys that have been in the program, guys that are accustomed to winning. And the thing when you look at a Worcester team, they're always tough. You know, they defend physical, they rebound the basketball, they do the tough things, and so they've certainly got a lot of offensive firepower as well. We'll have our hands full. But I do feel with our group that when we play at our highest level, we're capable of playing with anybody in the country. And so that's the task at hand at this time of year.
Anything that you're looking to improve upon after the 2 losses last week? Anything that you think needs worked on?
Well, you know, it's really interesting. You know, the first loss, it was rebounding and defense. And I thought we turned around Friday and really gave a great effort in both of those areas. But we didn't put the ball in the basket. And so, you know, I don't think it's a matter of changing what you do. I think at this time of year, you have to be true to yourself. you know, you got to realize what made your team good through the course of the season, and you just have to do those things well. And then certainly with a Worcester team, one of the things that stands out is rebounding, something we've been up and down all year. We've had games where we've been dominant on the boards and games where we haven't done the job we needed to do. So that is an area that jumps out right away. If we want to give ourselves a chance to win, we got to rebound the basketball.
And of course, as you look at the postseason for Illinois Wesleyan, this has been the sweet spot, I suppose, for Titan basketball over all the years, and especially in the last 10 with the success that you've had. The team just seems to find another level.
Yeah, we hope to do that again. I mean, that's one of the great things. I think it's a reason a lot of guys choose to come to Illinois Wesleyan is if you come here, there's a pretty darn good chance you're going to play in the NCAA tournament. I believe it's 25 out of 34 years in the NCAA that we've participated. 6 Final Fours. We actually have more NCAA tournament wins than any other small college program in the country at 54. So it is an area that the program historically has done well, and we're hoping to keep that tradition alive this year.
Indeed. Well, we appreciate the time, and especially during a crazy week. Safe travels and best of luck this weekend.
We look forward to seeing you there, Eric.
You bet.
Thanks.